Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Firstly, let me introduce myself first. My name is Rohmat Hidayatulbait and I'm from B afternoon class. So, today we are gonna talk about several topics such as the definition of semantics, basic term in semantics, types of meanings, and sentence or word meaning and speaker meanings. Alright, we'll start from the definition of semantics. So, what is semantics? Semantics is the study of word meanings and sentence meanings abstracted away from context of use in a descriptive subject. It is an attempt to describe and understand the nature of the knowledge about meaning in their language that people have from knowing the language. So basically, semantics is the study of the use of words, sentence, and the context in which they are used. Alright, we're gonna move to the next topics, which is basic terms of semantics. We have firstly we have absolute. So, what is absolute? Absolute is a property of an or an expression, particularly an adjective that denotes a property. Is absolute if the having of the property is an all or none affair. For example, in mathematics, an integer is either odd or even, and one cannot say that 3 is just a little odd. This is opposed to relative, also called scalar or gradable, properties like poor or peculiar sense of odd, which can be had to different degrees, as in that statue looks very odd. So basically, absolute refers to an adjective that indicates the presence or absence of a property. The next one is abstract. So, what is abstract? The term abstract is used in semantics in two different ways. In one sense, abstract refers to concepts that are not concrete. There is entities or experience that cannot be perceived through the sense, such as truth, month, simplicity, supersede, or merit. Sometimes abstract is also used in a sense that does not contrast with concrete, but rather refers to representation of concepts that are very general or semantics. That is not specified in rich detail. In this sense, the concept of physical object is more abstract than cup, and movement is more abstract than running. So, shortly, abstract refers to concept that not concrete or has no clear form. And abstract also refers to a concept without a very general detailed description. The next one is affect. So, what is affect? Affect, following psychological use of the term, refers to the emotional attitudes expressed through language as opposed to denotative meaning. This can be expressed through lexical or grammatical choices, although paralinguistic means such as intonation, pauses, or body language. So shortly, affect is an emotional attitude that can be reflected through the use of language. The next one is argument. In a proposition or sentence, arguments are the participant in the event or state expressed by the predicate. For example, an event of stroking involves two participants, the entity that strokes and the entity that is stroked. And therefore, we can take one example. Samantha stroked her kitten. Samantha and kitten are two arguments of stroke. Predicates vary in the number of arguments they require in order to form a complete preposition. For instance, while stroke requires two arguments, per only requires one argument. Why per only require one argument? Because the entity that doing the purring is only one thing. Within a sentence or preposition, arguments play particular roles called semantic roles. Alright, we're gonna move to the next one. The next topic is type of meaning. In here we have the first one. It is literal meaning. So, what is literal meaning? Literal meaning is the language that means exactly what it says. For example, the pain in my side was temporary from running to the store. I will regain breath soon. And the second one we have figurative. So, what is figurative? Figurative is a language that does not mean exactly what it is says. You must make an inference to know what is the actual meanings. Use smiles, metaphors, personification, hyperbole, and more to describe something, often by comparison. For example, the cavity of my lungs gape hollow and empty. I will never be able to fill them again. It is a little bit of hyperbole. So, in a literal meaning, all sentences have a meaning that it is in accordance with what is said, and does not have any implied meaning or anything that has a different meaning. And figurative, in short, figurative is a language that has a different meanings from what is spoken and usually contains implied meanings. And then the third one, we have denotative meanings. Denotative meaning is the meaning corresponding to the result of observation according to the sight, smell, hearing, feelings, or other experience. This denotative meaning concerns objective factual information. Therefore, the meaning of denotation is often referred to as meaning. Meaning actually, by Shire, 1994. So basically, denotative is a meaning that has meaning in accordance with facts that can be observed with 5 senses. And then the fourth one is connotative meaning. So, what is connotative meaning? Connotative meaning is not specific to language, but it is shared by other communicative systems such as visual, art, and music. Connotative meaning is peripheral compared with a conceptual meaning is that connotations are relatively unstable. That is, they vary considerable as we have seen, according to culture, a historical period, and the experience of the individual. Although it is too simple to suggest that all speakers of a particular language speak exactly the same language, it can be assumed as a principle with communication, though the language will not be possible. That on the whole, they share the same conceptual framework, just as they share approximately the same syntax. Okay, the next one we have, the next topic is sentence or word meaning and speaker meaning. So, what is sentence or word meaning? Sentence or word meaning, sentence with a means that a P in the community. See if there is some convention established among the members of C that to utter is to mean that P or that the speaker meaning of utterance of is a P. So let me explain it on the simple way. So simply, the meaning of words or sentence tends to be different in each community or group, even though the word or sentence are spelled exactly the same, but tend to have different meanings in each group or community. Okay, the last one is speaker meaning. When speaker means that P in uttering A, P is said to be the speaker's meaning, or the occasion meaning of that utterance of what A itself mean is expression meaning or timeless meaning, Greece expression, or linguistic meaning or the semantic value of A. If in uttering sentence Z, John mean that ZB is true, then the speaker meaning that utterance of Z what Joan herself means, and the expression meaning what the sentence she uttered means completely coincide. Joan means just exactly what the sentence she has uttered. So at this point, it's almost exactly like the previous point, but the difference is this point is referred to the speaker, not the sentence or words. Alright, I think that's all. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.